Facebook's rebound is turning heads on Wall Street, but can investors trust Silicon Valley IPOs again with a potential Twitter offering coming next? We track the performance of IPOs from day one until the expiration of investor lockups, from LinkedIn's debut through the end of last year. Out of 42 relevant IPOs, we broke them down into two categories: companies that raised more than $25 million of VC funding with 2 years or less leading up to the IPO, and those that did not. The difference in performance was actually unmistakable. Facebook and Zynga and Groupon, each companies that raised more than $100 million in fresh capital with 2 years or less before their IPO. Much different than LinkedIn, which raised just $86 million total before its 2011 IPO. LinkedIn did a final round of financing about 3 years prior to going public. Tuesday, the stock closed at more than $202 a share, better than 4 times LinkedIn's offering price of $45. Leading up to their lockup expirations, Groupon, Zynga, and Facebook each disappointed. There are 3 companies out of a dozen from our 42 that generated an average rate of return of only about 7%. The best hyped IPOs were well off market's pace. In short, don't believe the hype. On the other hand, companies that raised much less VC funding, but did so with more time before their public market debut, outperformed the hyped up offerings. Their average rate of return was close to 35%, crushing expectations. Big hits came from ServiceNow and Imperva, a pair of offerings that raised little cash but wowed investors in their debut. We did not factor in biotech IPOs, which tend to have a more capital-intensive operational structure. This also doesn't take into account post-lockup performance. For example, Facebook has made an impressive run on markets over the last 7 days, and it could still trade up. It also doesn't mean that all IPOs with a ton of VC cash behind them are necessarily doomed. Workday is one West Coast startup that raised $175 million in pre-IPO cash and still outperformed. In short, size matters, just not when it comes to how much money venture capitalists give you. I'm John Marino. That's the deal.